It is easy to rush into taking the first available properties in your price range, but take the time to consider it in details. Welcome to another episode of Eye Opening. In this video, we'll be talking about things to consider before renting a property. This is a request from one of our subscribers in the previous video we did. Remember, our last video we talked about managing and maintaining rental property. So one of our subscribers requested for it, and we want to do a video just to explain what it means, things to consider before renting a property. Remember that what we do is just to identify problem and solve it. So you can also go ahead to make comments. If you have any topic you want us to speak on, then feel free to leave it in the comment section. Feel free to post on your status, on your WhatsApp status, on your Facebook and other social media, and allow other people to also benefit from what you are benefiting from. So make sure you comment, you like, and also subscribe to our channels. One of the things that make a prospect rush into renting a particular property might be one of the best property he or she has seen after like 4 or 5 hours of going for inspection. And maybe the agent might sneakily tell you that you cannot find a particular property in that neighborhood, or tells you that they have 5 other clients that are coming for inspection in that same day. So because of the panic, you go ahead to make a deposit without not doing some proper investigation. So what I'm going to tell you today is that you pause and make sure you do a proper research. Ask questions from the agent before you put in your deposit. So the more things you need to consider before making your initial deposit or paying in full of that property you want to rent is the location. Ask yourself, does the location work for you? You must consider the neighborhood because safety is the key. Do a walk-around investigation on the weekend and also on weekdays to know how the environment is. And also make sure you check the proximity of transportation in that area. How long is it going to take you to get to the bus stop or the train station or whatsoever? So all those things are actually what you need to consider. Not that you have to walk some kilometers before getting to the bus stop or walk some kilometers back home. So the proximity of transportation is very important for you. Number 2 is rent and fees. You have to make sure you can afford your rent and other utility costs, such as maybe your power, your water and internet and so on. Because most times you see some scenario whereby because of the fear of not losing a particular property, the person decided to pay with all he has, and has issue when he wants to pay the other rent and even to pay utility bills. So don't let this happen to you. Make sure you check your fees and rent to know that is what you can afford before venturing into renting that particular property. Number 3, you need to consider how long the tenancy agreement is. This boils down to your personal preference by telling the landlord or the agent what you want. If it's a short let, and peradventure maybe the landlord also wants to be sure that if you are the right person. But if you are looking for a long-time apartment, then you need to let the agent be in the know and specify what you want in order for him to get the right thing for you. And don't forget that you have to also do your own investigation in order not to go into renting the wrong apartment. Number 4, you must ask questions such as who lives here and why are they living. In one of our videos, I advise the prospects that want to invest in real estate to make a proper findings about why the seller is selling the property, which also boils down to when you are renting a property, why is the property empty? This will give you an answer whether to rent that particular property or to back up. So you can go as far as asking the tenant in the area to know if the landlord is a difficult person or they have a nasty tenant, which will also make you to have better understanding. None of this is necessarily problematic, but it's always worth having this information before you enter into a tenancy agreement. Number 5, it is important for you to consider the condition of the property you're renting. If it is a flooded area or it has a little ventilation, all these are very important for you to consider. You also have to consider if it's a noisy neighborhood during the day or at night. If you're not comfortable with them, then it's important for you to ask whether it can be fixed before you go into an agreement with the owner of the property or you back out. On this, it's also important for you to check the landlord reputation and also your neighbor's reputation to be sure that it's a place that you can stay for a long time or a short time. Number 6, future plan of the landlord. It's important for you to check the future plan of the landlord if the landlord is selling their house in no time or want to make a major change that will affect your stay in that house. Prevent scenarios whereby people pay for a particular property for a year or 2 and they end up staying for 6 months or they end up staying for 3 months before they get to know that the house has already been sold. So it's important for you to check the future plan of the landlord of that particular property also before you venture into it. Next, check the paperwork. No one wants to think about things going wrong, but tenancy agreement is just like you signing a future contract. It is a two-way thing, just like you sign an agreement that you're going to be paying your rent regularly. Also keep the properties in good condition. There are also other parts whereby to show the landlord responsibilities and limitations. So it's very important for you to read carefully before signing. And if there are things you don't really understand, it is advisable for you to contact your lawyer to help you break it down in order for you not to shoot yourself. So if you find this video useful, don't forget to like, to comment, most importantly share. Like we said in the beginning of this video, that we identify problem and solve it. If you have any topic in mind that you want us to speak on, then do well to leave it on the comment section and we'll be glad to go through it and also do a video. I'll see you again in the next video. Cheers and bye.